Yes, this is very familiar territory. 29 times in the past he has reached the final of a Players' Championship event. He has won more than 2/3 of them. His opponent, Bradley Brooks, is playing in his very first senior final, bettering his best attempt of a semi-final 2 years ago, where he was beaten by Michael van Gerwen. He has played phenomenally all day, averaging over a ton, and yet, Matthew Edgar, it still looks like a very tough task against Gerwyn Price, who has looked businesslike all day.
60.
It is a tough task, isn't it, taking on a player like Gerwyn Price in this situation, especially when you are here for the very first time. But for Bradley Brooks, he's on a win-win from here.
180.
Regardless of what happens, picked up £10,000 towards his Order of Merit. Started the day as the world number 96. Guaranteed to be going up 14
60.
places. Could go up 23 places if he wins this match. Will be leaving here today, the world number 73. But a very, very positive day.
85.
Lots of ranking money onto the various Order of Merits. This is all bonus here for Bradley.
Absolutely. It's 10 grand in the bank. His World
48.
Championship place at Alexandra Palace later this year does look pretty secure now. However, this is looking like a ruthless start from Gerwyn Price.
61.
Leaves tops after 12. And Brooks really can't afford to chase too often because Price's record in these finals is so good. He has a double top, and that's a 13-dart start. Pretty ominous signs for Bam Bam.
I suppose that's where the bonus of actually losing the ball comes into play, though, doesn't it? If you're going to have a nervy leg, if you're going to have a slow start, ideally you want it to be against the throw.
140.
And with the extended format, a race to 8, just gives you that bit more time to get that breaker throw in which you'll need. So
125.
Not really a factor unless it goes 7 apiece.
It's interesting looking at the daily performances of these two. Bradley's averaged just shy of 101, going around the 94 mark. But if you look at how the performances have trended, Price started fairly sluggishly and his levels have climbed.
140.
Brooks started like a train, a couple of 108s, and the levels have dipped somewhat. So that, coupled with Price's extra experience, does make him the favourite. Brooks will know that. I don't think he'll care too much.
Well, you wouldn't imagine Bradley Brooks would be in favourite in a lot of the games he's played
60.
so far today. But that matters to nothing. Gerwyn Price has been exceptional there, hasn't he? Not just in regards to the numbers he's been posting, but the way in which he's been playing. Never
38.
really looked in doubt this run for Gerwyn Price. Solid performances, solid wins. 6-1 over Chizzy, 6-2 Ratajski, 6-1 over Daryl Gurney,
96.
one of the most informed players right now.
Well, that's a happy accident. Double
Game
10
shot.
now. It afforded Bradley Brooks the chance to look at a bed with no darts obscuring it, and he's levelled the game up. Important early on, I think, for him to get a leg on the board, because we know that Gerwyn Price, in the past, has dished out some real batterings in these finals.
Especially considering how Bradley Brooks started the game as well. That opening leg was well
100.
off the pace of what we have seen so far from Bradley, and maybe not even the exceptional standards of which he has played today, but well off from what we've seen from him all season.
60.
You just need that leg on the board as early as possible. Just keep himself interested in the early exchanges.
96.
Spoken so much about players who have dropped off the tour in the past, the likes of Nathan Aspinall, Martin Schindler, Dirk van Dijvenbode, dropping off the tour. And there's a saying in life, you don't realise what you've got until you lose it. And Bradley Brooks didn't have a tour card last year. He was playing darts in other systems, but he won it back so convincingly in January. And he's looking like a better player for the absence.
140.
I think sometimes you do need that step backwards as well. You get lost in this world. It's a very isolated world from the world of darts when you are on the Pro Tour, certainly for a couple of years, like Bradley Brooks was.
165.
That's a beautiful setup play here. Challenging the throw of Gerwyn Price. He's not going to be able to take out the big finish here. Bradley Brooks. A break opportunity early on in this final.
Good thinking from Price to leave double 12,
Game
but
shot.
Brooks goes 2-1 up. Early break of throw for Bam Bam. Needs to have only met once before. It was 4 years ago now in the Grand Slam, where Brooks did give Price a real scare on that occasion. Nice man emerged victorious 10-8.
Remember the game very well. Bradley Brooks really did produce the goods, despite the fact the overall average maybe
80.
suggests different. Certainly towards the back end of the game, Bradley Brooks really turned it on. Came through quite a tough group as well at the Grand Slam. Was one of the real surprise
100.
packages going into the knockout stages. That's when he was really hitting a good bit of form. That's when he had that famous game with Willie Borland not long after. Yeah. An absolute classic game ending with the 9-dart finish for Willie Borland.
Well, you go back 6 hours or so ago.
91.
Bradley Brooks and Willie Borland met again, and it was another outstanding finish. Brooks winning that one with a 170. And look what he's
40.
on now.
Doesn't even entertain the idea there, Bradley Brooks. Gerwyn Price way back on 281. Sensible play. Not looking for the fanfare, not looking for the big flashy moments. He's looking for the title.
Can he squeeze one in next door? Now looks at double 4.
Game shot.
Does get it. Does not look flustered by the magnitude of the occasion, Bradley Brooks.
137.
Another one of the successful products of the development tour system. Obviously a world youth champion, but
58.
we've not really seen him in the manner of Luke Humphreys or Dimitri Vandenberg really take that development tour form into the senior game. Luke Littler, Wessel Nyman, Jan van Veen, of course. Time's still on his side, though.
Maybe this is the start of that
45.
for Bradley Brooks. Certainly if you was watching him at Q School, you'd have strongly suggested that this day was going to happen in 2025.
82.
One of the most dominant performances of anybody, I think, over the years of Q School.
134. 115.
Just to 8 legs, remember, so it's still more of a marathon than a sprint compared to the games earlier on.
62. 47. 60.
Brooks waving this leg as Price takes out double 10, reduces the deficit to 1.
And that's something you do start to learn when you play Pro Tour. You do get in that habit of trying to win every leg, every moment. It's never going to happen
140.
when you're in a field with the best 127 players in the world.
Were you always someone that went in with the mindset of take care of the legs where I have the throw?
100.
Surprisingly, when you speak to a lot of the players almost dismiss that as a factor. Certainly, I remember Rob Croft, one of the players that really sort of advocated for that, where it doesn't really matter who throws first, because give yourself a chance. It was all about trying to be in and around a finish after 9 darts. The
96.
worst situation to be in is where the opponent misses and you're not on an opportunity to try and strike.
140.
Price hasn't missed too much here.
135.
Kind of replicating his day, isn't it? Getting better as it goes on for Gerwyn Price.
Wrong side of the wire. He got greedy going for the treble.
100.
Nightmare dart. Leaves one at the bullseye. He's made it difficult for himself, but he hits the bullseye. What a finish under pressure from Bradley Brooks, who leads 4-2 now.
97. $97. 83. 180.
What a time for Bradley Brooks to find his first maximum of this game. Trying to make a bit of a move on the Gerwyn Price darts.
180.
But the move has been countered.
See it so often. It's not been a match so far that's been littered with 180s, but how often do players follow each other?
140.
They're following each other here with exceptional high quality.
63.
Here's a chance for Bradley Brooks to give himself a bit of daylight here in the final. The dart at the bullseye, the target he has just taken out to win
59.
the last leg. This time unable to find it, but work to be done for Gerwyn Price.
Game shot.
Does the work this time. 78 taken care of by Price. First leg of this match where both players had chances to win it.
100.
I think every time I've had the opportunity to watch
83.
Bradley Brooks today, and when you look at the performances, the one word I keep going back to, composed.
59.
Composure to a level we have not seen before from Bradley Brooks, and that is a mathematical error there for Gerwyn Price. Means the maximum doesn't leave him a finish. Bradley Brooks is in a stronger
100.
position than it may appear.
$140. 60.
Only 60. Means it's treble to single to double.
100.
Same breakdown for Gerwyn Price. Bradley Brooks will get first poke. He finds the treble. He finds the single, tops. And he did this a lot in the semi-final. Shimmy over to the right-hand side of the hockey to try and squeeze it in the bottom end of the bed. Part of that is because of the angle of entry of his darts, just blocking the target. Gerwyn Price will not have that problem when he sights tops himself.
82.
Sort of called that before it even hit the board, didn't he? He knew the second it left his hand.
Double 10. Double 5. Huge dart.
Game
and
shot.
Brooks takes it. Composure once again.
$180. 134. 137. 140. 177.
Hugely enjoyable standard, this one.
100.
Both players are starting to find their A game now in the real meat of this match.
60. Game shot.
Well, immediately, when Gerwyn Price hit the bullseye, I think both of us jumped out of our skin, wondering what he was doing.
I'm still kind of puzzled as to why he did it.
180.
I can only assume he went for the bullseye, knowing that if he hits at least the 25, he leaves single to double and doesn't have to end the leg on the bullseye. But it's an odd choice.
Very much so. It worked out for him. Worked out well.
46.
It just felt like the way he was always planning to burn a dart. Hitting the bullseye, hit the target he's thrown at, and then he's gone for single to double 12.
140.
It's worked out. Still in the game. And now, attacking the Bradley Brooks throw. Despite the fact Bradley opened with a max. He could find a second.
140.
What an incredible final we are witnessing here.
96.
Brooks must start on the bull. Cost himself a chance by not hitting 25.
69.
Rice will also look at the centre of the board, and just like Brooks, misses it entirely.
85. Game shot.
Once again, under maximum pressure, Bradley Brooks delivers the goods. He is not going away, and Gerwyn Price has been chasing pretty much
100.
all game. He went in front, then lost 3 on the bounce, and since then, not been able to get particularly close.
Yeah, essentially, the big damage has been done here by Bradley Brooks. He's got
60.
the breaker throw of which he needs. He's just got to hold, which sounds so much easier than it is in application.
140.
But again, that finish, you've got to say, the biggest compliment you can give Bradley Brooks, composure, clinical composure.
180.
3 180s in 5 legs and a 177 as well.
123. 180.
He wasn't tempted to move away from the treble 20, despite the fact the second dart landed
86.
a little bit awkward.
Well, here we go. Bradley Brooks, 81. For some daylight to put himself a leg away. He's going to get 2 darts here.
57.
And a rare miss from Bradley Brooks.
Double top.
Game shot.
Gerwyn Price is clinging on in this final of Players' Championship 21. Could those 2 darts at double 12 be costly? He would have been throwing for the match here. But he's clearly banished those demons, starting off with a 140.
Just not bothered him. Nothing's
100.
bothered him today. Bradley Brooks just riding the blows, just playing a continuum, not playing the moments. It's been really good to see.
57.
He's been one of those players, hasn't he, in the past that's been a bit guilty of getting on their own back a little bit too much at times.
95.
Oh, that's inviting. Certainly the way he's been filling this up today.
140. 122.
Anguish from Gezi.
$85. 90.
Every leg that Bradley Brooks has had to throw, Gerwyn Price has just been tapping him on the shoulder. He's been there ready to pounce should Bradley Brooks make the mistakes. But the mistakes, he has made none.
Game shot.
And continues to do so. He will get 3 opportunities now, Bradley Brooks, where he only needs the 1 leg to become a Players' Championship winner.
Crucially, he's not yet had his throw broken. Big leg was the 3rd one. Brooks hitting tops.
58.
And it's key to remember in this situation, he will only have the throw on 1 occasion.
96.
Price, courtesy of winning the bullseye, will have the throw in this leg and the decider should we go that far.
100.
I think this is a good situation for Bradley Brooks here, going up against the darts. So probably a chance here now because the heart rate will be going up in this situation, being a leg away from the title. To be a good one just to get some darts in there, to settle himself into this, get ready for that leg where he can really attack with the darts and try and get over the line, pick up £15,000 and a Players' Championship title.
140.
Gerwyn Price is averaging around 6 points more than Brooks right now. As he looks at double 12 and now double 6.
63.
This is that situation we were talking about earlier where Bradley Brooks will be hating not being able to have any sort of an outshot here.
95.
Treble with the opening dart.
No 3 misses at double 6. What a way to win this would be. Too much to ask.
91.
He's primed and ready on tops. If Price can't find double 6, now double 3, huge darts.
9.
Price goes inside. He has performed wonderfully all day. And Bradley Brooks has come of age. The former World Youth Champion is a senior PDC title winner, fully deserved on the basis of play today. He looks like he cannot believe what has just happened. Price missed 8 darts to prolong the contest, but Brooks was brilliant throughout. He would not let Gerwyn Price get in his way. Bradley Brooks is the winner of Players' Championship 21.
Sometimes I get the results, but you'd have asked me this morning, would you win this Pro Tour? I wouldn't. I was happy just winning games, but honestly, it's over. I'm lost for words.
We saw your numbers earlier on, a couple of big 108 averages, and we're wondering how far were you going to go? Could you keep it up? You did keep it up. You kept on delivering averages over 100 going into the final. You must be so proud of how you've done this.